I can't, you know what I mean? Like all these things that I have a meeting, I get looked at as like, oh, you should be able to figure it out, versus like my coworker who has kids is like always off the hook. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's like this double standard, and people have this, they were like, it was really 50-50, and I've never experienced anything like that before, because normally when I like talk about things, people are always like, yeah, and it was like,
Were people
you're
DMing
wrong.
you?
Yeah, they were
Oh,
like,
you
you're
got a
wrong.
couple of DMs?
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, like I actually felt like at that point I was like, I feel like Morgan was probably, I like genuinely felt bad for her, because she was probably like,
I didn't. I think Morgan was probably laughing, going shopping. Like,
I feel like she's very tough.
yeah, you're right.
Morgan
You're
was
totally
like,
right. Whatever.
you loser.
I admire that. You're like that you don't let other people phase you and affect your...
Well, I feel like because Morgan grew up in Los Angeles, similar to how I did, and people are talking smack about you in middle school.
Yeah, how do you actually? That's interesting, because you guys have had a lot of like gnarly press. How do you get like when you read stuff? Like, what do you do?
Heidi still is like ready to move to Crested View. And I don't want. I just want to go on a hike.
Yeah, for me, it's a little more challenging than it is for Spencer, because things can be hurtful and mean, and especially with Gunner involved, I'm more protective and don't want to. And it's just so unnecessary sometimes. It's just nasty. Like, people who are nasty, I think it's just gross. So there's a line with that. And with negative press, it just depends on what it is. Like, I know with my surgeries and stuff, I expected some kind of blowback because no one was even talking about surgery. And I just wanted to be able to be honest with what I was going through. And that still had like so many repercussions until recently with like the Kardashians making surgery like way more glorified. People are like,
alleged,
oh, now it's allegedly, whatever.
That's fillers,
Okay,
honey. And,
for whatever.
I don't know what anyone
Right, I mean,
does.
true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
The culture has changed
Totally.
The
with
looks,
celebrities.
the styles.
The looks, the styles. So for people now, it's like way more accepted and fine. But like when I was going through it, I was, anyways. So it depends on what the press is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always just try to imagine the mindset of like, in my whole life, I've never gone below somebody's photo that first of all, that I know, and then B, that I don't know, and like wrote a positive or negative thing, like that you have that much time and energy to put towards my life. It's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck with your life.
Yeah.
So I try to get into, I think, Heidi had years ago, she had, let's say, a stalker, right? Mm-hmm. And our friend King Kevin Casey's cousin was this, rolling 60s Crip, gangster, and he came up to us and he was like, congratulations, SP. I'm like, huh? And he's like, you made it. You got a stalker. Those are the perks. So like that mindset, like I was like, this is how this gangster sees, like, you're popping when you got a stalker. You made, so like,
yeah.
It's all, obviously we don't want stalkers and everything. And I feel bad for Taylor and everything. I'm not promoting stalking, but it's just how you look at things. And so that was a good shift for me, like, because I was so like, this is horrible. I was like, dang, we are, we're at a place where people are stalking Heidi. We're popping.
We're popping. It is true, though. I do have to give you some credit, because I feel like what you want to do with your body is like your prerogative. Do you know what I mean? And I think that sucks. I couldn't imagine having people come at me for like wanting to like wear something. You know what I mean? I just think that's like, that must be really hard.
Yeah, and I'm not saying